guys, welcome back to Kendi Beauty. So I'm super excited. I got my 3 Celestial, Divinity, Pat McGrath Luxe quads in today, and I'm filming as we speak to show you guys. We're going to do some swatches, we're going to create a look, and we're going to see what these quads are all about, because I have a feeling they are different than last year's quads, but we're going to take a look at that. We can do some comparison swatches. I, off the bat, don't see anything with the new shades that resembles any of the Pat McGrath palettes I already have, but we can take a look at that a little bit later on. Also, I just want to say that I did originally put in an order with the highlighter and the 2 new shades of the lipstick, and I was planning on filming everything together. However, I found out after the fact that if you guys placed an order with the quads and the highlighter, or anything with the highlighter of the new items, then they will not be shipping out until October 19th from Pat McGrath Labs. I was not aware of that. Also, I did not realize that Sephora on the 16th will also be offering the 2 quads, the blue Interstellar Icon one and then the Risque Rose. Those will also be available on Sephora's website, which I did not know when I placed the order from Pat McGrath Labs either. However, the 3rd one, which is the Fleur Fantasia, I did not see on the Sephora site, so I don't know if they're offering that one as well, but I only saw the 2. So if you guys placed your order with Pat McGrath Labs and you have the highlighter and you wanted to try out the highlighter, then it won't be shipping out until the 19th. And that being said, once I realized that, I did place 2 orders. Lucky for you guys. So I will be doing another giveaway today. In today's video for the 3 quads, I will be giving 1 quad to 3 different winners. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video for information on how to enter that giveaway. Also, I will be announcing the winner for the Celestial Divinity video palette when I post this video, so make sure that you guys stay tuned to your comments. I will be reaching out to get your address so that I can ship out that palette to the lucky winner. Alright, so without further ado, if you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe to my channel, tap the bell so you can be notified of all of the new upcoming videos, because it's a lot of fun. We talk about a lot of new awesome releases here at Kendi Beauty, and I'd love to have you guys be a part of the family. And let's get right into these quads. If you guys are wondering what I am wearing today, I do have on the Rare Beauty foundation. I've been really liking that, actually. I didn't think I was going to, but I've been loving that. I need to get a lighter shade. I'm also wearing the Divine Rose 2 Pat McGrath palette on my eyes, along with the Nocturnal Nirvana Blitz Astral Quad that she came out with last year during the holidays. It's one of my favorite Pat McGrath palettes, actually. And then I'm also wearing the Diorific Sparkling Nude lipstick from the Dior Golden Nights collection, which I posted the Dior Golden Nights video not that long ago. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you check that out as well. Alright, let's get into these quads already. Okay, so just to give you guys a little bit of background, these all retail for $58, and the Celestial Divinity Luxe Quad in Interstellar Icon is a galactic glamorous quad that brings deep space drama to the eyes in stellar shades of electric turquoise, golden champagne, deep shimmering burgundy, and rich golden rose. Each creamy blendable formulation delivers high impact color, igniting a vivid vortex of opulence. Elevate your artistry to stratospheric levels with glittering, powerful pigments that beam throughout the universe. And the shades are Golden Polaris, which is a luminous rose gold, Hypnotic, which is an electric warm blue metallic, Divine Dahlia, which is an iridescent bronze taupe, and Blue Bud, which is deepened burgundy sheen. It says, for application, define and deepen the eyes with Blue Blood, then sweep Golden Polaris or Divine Dahlia anywhere on the lids, and Hypnotic for an iconic pop. And interesting enough, this is actually made in the USA of US imported ingredients. I'm a little confused because I thought that these quads were going to be made in Italy because last year's were with the special shades. We're gonna find out, guys, don't worry. So it is 2 grams each, so it's about 8 grams for the quad. And yeah, that's interesting. Okay, moving on to the next palette, which is the Fleur Fantasia. It says prepare for pastel perfection with 4 floral inspired shades that deliver delicate divinity to the eyes in a sublime spectrum of opalescent blue, lavender, pink, transformative pale gold, shimmering orchid pink, and matte peach. Formulated for ultimate blendability, these master level pigments electrify with bold bursts of color, elevating your artistry to glamorously grand new heights. And the shades are Utopia, which is a pale rose gold highlight, Lavender Blue, a duochrome lavender shimmer with blue flash, ooh, Lotus Paradise, a pink peach matte, Iridescent Orchard, which is a warm magenta metallic with purple flash. And it says elevate your artistry by applying Lotus Paradise on the creases of the lids. For lush color, apply Iridescent Orchard all over the lids for outer corners. Layer on the iridescence with Utopia and Lavender Blue. Alright, and last but not least, we have Risque Rose. It says dare to go where no divine diva has gone before in the glittering galactic glamour of an electrifying quartet of ravishing rose eyeshadows, each rendered in a bold, brilliant, brand new formula direct from the lab. This beyond sublime bouquet transcends the spectrum where fierce flowers from space-inspired shades ranging from dramatic deep brown matte and liquefied copper rose to flashing fuchsia and resplendently reflective lavender. Each provocative pigment is curated to mix, match, and mesmerize with the other shades, delivering high-impact couture color, tantalizing multi-dimensional texture, and incendiary eye artistry. And the shades are Rose Rebellion, which is a creamy matte fuchsia, Lavendering, which is a duochrome platinum sparkle with lavender flash, Life on Mars, which is a copper rose, and Mink Noir, which is a black and brown. And it says apply Rose Rebellion as a base, then define definition and zap it with Mink Noir. Press Life on Mars onto the center of lids and add a touch of lavendering at the inner corners for a flash of crystal iridescence. Alright, and the Risque Rose surprisingly is made in Italy. So I'm wondering if that's what they're talking about, the new formula from the lab directly in the description. So now my curiosity is really piqued, because I'm like, okay, I thought that all of them were special formula or special shades. Now I'm wondering, is it just a new formula? What is going on here? We're gonna swatch, we're gonna take a look, so just hold on tight, guys. Okay, so starting out with Interstellar Icon, we have the first 2 shades right here, the blue and the gold in the top row. And these were a little bit, just a little bit not, like, a little gritty a little bit, but I mean, I think that it's a jewel tone type of a formula. I mean, they're gorgeous, so I love that blue shade. Okay, now moving on to the bottom 2 shades in the Interstellar Icon. These are very sultry looking. Ooh. And here we go, those are gorgeous. They're definitely like a shimmery metallic sheen type of a shade. So no mattes in this palette, but no special shades either in this palette. So, you know, that blue is gorgeous though. That's like a jewel tone. I wonder if that is a new formula. I'm not quite sure. I don't think it is, but I could be wrong. Alright, so going in with these 2 shades in the top row first. Okay, so those are very, like, pretty. They're different. They're not like the metallic formula. They're more of like a powdery base. They are really pretty though. They're almost like a matte. They almost feel like a matte, but they're not. Okay, and now the 2 shades in the bottom row. And this one right here is definitely a matte. This reminds me of this shade right here, of that matte pink shade in the Divine Rose 2, but this is like a more of a baby lighter pink. I don't think she's done a matte pink that light before. And I did look at them side by side. They look nothing like each other. The one in this quad is definitely a lot lighter, and it's that smooth satiny matte finish. I love that, but it's a true matte. It's not a satin matte, but it's the buttery matte Pat McGrath formula is what I'm trying to say. Look at that lavender, sort of like iridescent pink. That is gorgeous. I don't think that that is a special shade either. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. And this palette, both of these palettes are made in the US. All right, so now moving on to the Risque Rose, which I'm the most excited about because this palette is made in Italy. So I'm really excited about this. And da-da-da-da, there she is. I'm such a Pat McGrath like stan. Like I just, are these two matte shades? Okay, so first I'm going in with these two right there. This shade right here, gorgeous. This may be the new formula. It's like a special shade, it really is, but it might be like a little bit more jewel tone, or it could just be a special shade. I don't know. The pink is definitely just a matte though. It's definitely special. I don't know if it's a typical special shade or not, because in the description for this palette, she does mention a new formula, so I'm not sure, you know, what shade she's referring to. I'm sure, you know, somebody with the inside scoop would know more. And I have a feeling once people start getting these palettes, once they start mailing them out, we will know more, because people are going to ask questions. They're going to realize that these are not the same as the Blitz Astral shades that she came out with last year. All right, and now going in with this bottom row. Ooh, that is a beautiful matte brown. Oh, and that's pretty too. Okay, and here we go. Right here. So, I'm not disappointed. I will use these. I will love these. But they don't have the special shades. I mean, that one I think is a special shade, but in the Risque Rose palette, but I don't think the rest of them have any special shades. They're beautiful. They're nice, gorgeous shimmers and metallics, but let me just show you guys what I'm talking about. So this is the Ritualistic Rose palette, and all three of these are special shades. And I mean, you can see when you swatch them, you can just see the difference. Like, they're gorgeous. And I don't think any of these quads, they're, like I said, the Risque Rose, I believe, is a new formulation of the special shade, if that makes sense. I don't know if it's quite the same as the regular special shade. So that is a little bit disappointing. I was kind of hoping, I mean, here's the thing. These palettes you can use much more. Like, they are more compatible, that you can create cohesive looks with these because you have your mattes, you have your regular shimmers, you have your metallics and your duochromes. So in that way they are good, but in another way, if you're the person that just loves the special shades and that's what you're all about with Pat McGrath, you don't like her other formulas, then these quads are probably not going to be the quads you want to pick up. If I were you, I would try to get my hands on the Ritualistic Rose palette that she came out with, the Nocturnal Nirvana, and the, what is it called? The other Blitz Astral quad. Or you could just continue to get the Mothership palettes, because those usually have 2 or 3 or 4 different, you know, formulas as well. So typically there's always at least one special shade in there in those palettes, if not more, depending on the palette. But so keeping that inside, I do like these palettes. I am gonna try to create a gorgeous look now for you guys, but they're not all special shades, which I kind of thought they were going to be when I first saw them online. I thought it was going to be more like last year's release. They're not, but also I believe that these are cheaper than the quads were last year. These are only $58, so keep that in mind as well. All right, you guys, I'm going to do some close-up swatches for each quad, and then we will get on to our look. Okay, so here we go, up close of the Interstellar icon. And now up close of the Fleur Fantasia palette. And this pink shade might be a special shade too, even though this palette is made in the US, so I'm not quite sure about that. And those two sort of matte duochromes are definitely interesting. They're definitely a very interesting formula. Okay, and then last but not least, the Risque Rose, which again is made in Italy. These mattes too in this palette are so smooth. Yeah, I definitely like this palette the most out of all three of them, I think. Okay, so now on to our look. I did prime my eye on this side with the Urban Decay Original Eyeshadow Primer, and then I put like a little dab of the P. Louise Base Zero. Something new I'm trying, don't ask. But yeah, so a combination of two bases. Anyways, so what are we going to do for this look? I'm so undecided. I have three gorgeous palettes to choose from. I think we're going to skip the Fleur Fantasia, and we will just work with the Interstellar Icon palette today, and of course, my favorite, the Risque Rose palette. Okay, and starting out with the Risque Rose, I'm going to go in with my Rephr 13 brush into this pink. And I'm just going to dust that right above my crease. I have hooded eyes though, so I don't really have a crease, but you know what I'm talking about, like right above what would be my crease. We always want what we can't have, right guys? Alright, and I'm just sort of blending that up into the brow area, but I don't want to go too far. And now back in with the Risque Rose palette, I'm going in with this beautiful, like this matte formula. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm going to go in with my Rephr 14 because it's like a little bit more pointier. And I'm going to go into crease right below that pink shade. Oh, this brown, you guys, this is my favorite matte that Pat McGrath has ever done, right there. Whatever that formula is for that brown matte shade, which I know I have it in other palettes, in other Mothership palettes, I know, but it's been a while. Like some of the Sublime palettes have that same really buttery smooth matte formula. Oh, I love that. Okay, so now I'm going back in with the pink over top. So I don't want it to be too dark. And you know what? I changed my mind. I am going to use the Fleur Fantasia. I'm going to use this shade right here because I feel like it is the perfect sort of just right under the brow to sort of smooth out the edges of the pink type of a shade. Okay, and so now with the Interstellar Icon, I'm going in with this blue shade, which I absolutely adore. And I am just going to put this on my finger, because I do feel like pat shades apply best with a finger, especially like the metallics and the glittery, shimmery shades. The special shades definitely apply best with the finger. And I like to apply with a finger first, and then I will go in with like a synthetic artist brush and sort of, you know, do the more fine detailed area around the crease. Alright, you guys know I'm going back in with the Risque Rose, and of course, you know I'm going to use this shade, and I'm just going right over that blue shade. Oh, so pretty. I didn't need to use a blue shade, but I just wanted to show you guys, you know. So these were the two shades I was the most excited for. Was that blue and this shade. Whew, that is beautiful. All right, you guys, I am going to clean up on the other side, do the same thing, and we will be back for our final thoughts on these new Pat McGrath Celestial Divinity Luxe quads. All right, you guys, so this is it. This is the final look. And you know what? All in all, I was being a little bit of a whiner, but I mean, I don't like these palettes at all. No, I'm not going to use them. I have destroyed these palettes already, and I guess that just goes to show, even though I was a little bit disappointed that not all of them have the special shades, or maybe some of them do. Here's the thing. I am a Pat McGrath enthusiast. I am by no means a Pat McGrath expert, so take everything with a grain of salt. I'm giving you my first-hand experience, my first impressions of using these palettes today, the day that I got them. And I have to say, even though I thought I was going to be disappointed, I really, really liked these. And I really do think that these, all three palettes have some really, really pretty shades that can create a very beautiful, cohesive look. If I were to rank the palettes, number one would be Risque Rose. I think you definitely need that palette. If you haven't gotten it, go out and get it. It is beautiful. I love that matte pink. It's beautiful, a beautiful, bold, bright pink shade. And of course, the special formula, special shade is gorgeous. And then I'd have to say, I don't know, the Interstellar Icon though is right up there with it. Like, this blue shade is just, it's to die for. I did pop that on the inner corners of my eyes. I love both of them, but I would have to say Risque Rose first, Interstellar Icon second, and then Fleur Fantasia is last. If I could just take this one pan out of this palette, you know, I wouldn't need this palette at all. I honestly could do without this palette, although I do love this pink shade. So I don't know. I do love the pink shade, but I could probably do without this. I don't need this. These other two are absolutely gorgeous. I think they create beautiful looks. If you guys are interested in seeing like a 5 looks or 10 looks or something like that with these palettes, let me know down below. Or I could even maybe focus on each quad individually. I was disappointed at first that there's mattes. Now I like that there's matte. I really love that matte pink in the Risque Rose palette. I don't think this look would be half as cool without that. And I love, love, love that burgundy brown shade. The formula of that matte right here, I mean, it is just the most silkiest, smooth matte. This is the palette that's made in Italy. So if I were you guys and I was trying to decide, if I was just like, you know what, I'm going to limit myself, I'm just going to get one this year, I'm just going to do one palette, definitely go with the Risque Rose. Definitely go with this one. If you want to grab two, you know, it's personal preference. I really like the Interstellar Icon. I really like that blue shade. That does it for me. Some of the other shades are really pretty too, but that blue is what really calls me. I think that's actually sold out on Sephora, but I believe the Risque Rose is still available, so I highly suggest you guys go grab that if you haven't already. And again, I just can't say enough good things about the Celestial Divinity holiday collection that Pat McGrath came out with this year. I know everybody was crazy about the Star Wars collection last year, but I actually like the Celestial Divinity better. I'm more of like a purple pink person anyways, so, you know, I don't know, maybe it's just in that periwinkle blue. Ugh. At first I was regretting buying the quads, and now I'm so glad I did. The more I play with them, the more I'm falling in love with all the different formulas. There's definitely some diverse, you know, shades and formulas in these three quads. You're definitely getting a different array and various formulas, not like the Blitz Astrals where it was pretty much the same formula. Oh, those special shades. Here's the thing. Here's what I would have liked to see if we're being really nitpicky, okay? I I would have liked for Pat to come up to do all these 3 palettes right here, but then do a 4th palette with all special, the original OG special formula shades. That's what I would have loved. I definitely would have grabbed all 4 if that was the case. If you're a Pat McGrath fan, you're probably going to get all 3 of these anyways, and she's probably thinking that that's the case, you know, but at one point, I really hope she does a quad that is just strictly all special shades. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I want to hear your thoughts down below. And now on to our giveaway. So it's the same rules as every other giveaway that I've been doing lately, and it's just kind of my way of giving back to you guys during the holidays. You know, I really appreciate you watching my videos, being a part of the Kendi Beauty fan, and you know, it's my way of giving back. And hopefully you'll enjoy these palettes as much as I do. So I'm gonna pick 3 winners this time, and the rules are leave 3 comments on whatever, on these palettes, on my look, whatever you want to talk about. You can talk about how blurry or out of focus I am, that's fine too. No, I'm just kidding. But 3 comments, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and make sure you're publicly subscribed to my channel, and then share this video on your other social media platform, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye!